the sound here, as we like to do each and every week. We got sound coming through okay? We good? Okay, fantastic. We'd like to get you updated on what's going on traffic-wise around the area. So got a lot going on, got a lot of events coming up this weekend, so let's jump right into it. First and foremost, one of the things you'll need to know about coming up this weekend is going to be the Dogwood Arts Festival. Actually, it starts today on Friday, runs Saturday and Sunday. If you want more information, times, when everything's going to be happening, all the different vendors that are going to be out there, look for this article right here at WATE.com. But again, just know this will add to some traffic. If you're trying to park in some of the garages near World's Fair Park, that's where this is happening. Also around that area, be a little bit more activity going on. But again, that runs through Sunday, and as this rain begins to move out, especially about midday Saturday, it'll get a little bit more congested downtown. People coming to the Dogwood Arts Festival. So again, that is actually starting today. It runs through Sunday. So expect some more traffic down and around World's Fair Park, especially some of those areas as far as parking is concerned. So again, just make note of that. All right, something else that we're watching for you coming up this weekend is you've got the Rock the Country Festival in Greenback. And this is, you've got a small town. You're going to have thousands making their way this weekend into the Greenback area. As a matter of fact, we've got a map for you of kind of the roads that are going to be impacted in that area. Now, I know it may be tough to see, so when you get a chance, go back and look for this article at WAT.com. You can kind of go through and they'll talk about the event, talk about the roads that'll be impacted, the parking areas and stuff like that. So check this out. Again, this is coming up in Greenback at the Rock the Country. We've also been checking with the Blount County Sheriff's Office to get some ideas as far as how they're preparing and, of course, the influx of people that will be making their way to Greenback this weekend.
We are going to have units assigned here Sunday to try to lessen that impact. The flow of traffic, trying to change any more than we absolutely have to. We'll have two-way streets on all the road, any roadways. When the lets out is when we'll have the biggest crowd flux one time, and we.
All right, so we'll check back with that. But again, officers preparing for Greenback and all the people coming into that area. Again, you see a large amount of people coming in for this weekend. I think Kid Rock is there. I'm trying to think who else is going to be performing. There's a couple other big names that'll be taking part in this event. We'll kind of scroll down, but you get all that information for you coming up. It's located at Maple Lane Farms, which is 1126 Maple Lane. But again, that's going through the weekend. That's going to be happening down there. So just watch for the extra traffic there in the Greenback area. So again, just something else to watch for. And don't forget, we'll have that map for you there as well to kind of help you get through that area, especially as trying to find parking and whatnot. Also, just a reminder for you, don't forget at the ballpark downtown, One Knox will be kicking off its home stretch of its season. They've been playing on the road now in USL 1, but their first home game will be Saturday night at 7 o'clock. They sold a lot of tickets for this game. There's still a few tickets that are left, but again, that's more people to be coming downtown, parking in the parking garages, trying to make their way to the ballpark that Saturday night. Plus, they're going to be closing off a section of Central in the Old City at around 3 o'clock as they get ready for the party. They'll be building up until about 6:30 prior to the soccer match on Saturday. So again, just watch out for those closures. Actually, I think that closure goes from 9 to 9. The actual event starts at 3 o'clock, but that'll be in just ahead of the One Knox game coming up on Saturday in the Old City. So just several things to watch out for if you're going to be heading downtown. A lot of activities going on. Hopefully the rain will move out of here about midday on Saturday, but again, just a lot happening as far as trying to find a place to park and just to make a way around downtown between the Dogwood Arts Festival, One Knox going on, and then down in Greenback, you've got the Music Festival as well. All right, stay with us. We've got more. We're going to be taking a look at some of the projects coming up. According to TDOT, they have released really one of their largest packets so far this year of projects. This is what's coming up next week. We're going to touch on a few of them that could impact you. So again, keep it tuned right here. All right, welcome back, everyone. Bo Williams of the WAT 6 Near Side Newsroom. As again, we are getting you up to date as we do every Friday about traffic. We just talked about some of the projects, some of the events going on downtown coming up this weekend. Everything from Dogwood Arts, the One Knox game, the closures surrounded with that. Also, what's happening in Greenback with the Big Country Music Festival. So Again, a lot of things happening around the area. You can go back and watch this, or we'll try to touch on it again before we let you go here, depending on time. But we do want to get you up to date on some of the other projects that we are watching for you. TDOT has, again, sent us out a pretty lengthy list of projects that are going on that could impact you. We'll try to touch on the ones that are going to be happening during the day. Of course, a lot of these projects happen overnight, especially when there's less traffic, but we do get quite a few that are happening during the daytime hours. So again, we're going to bring in the TDOT SmartWay maps for just a second. We're going to start things off in Campbell County. I-75 north and south. This is between mile markers 132 and 133. And again, this is just south of the Caryville area, where you can already see, even on this Friday, we've got quite a bit of traffic in that area, especially southbound on 75. We'll zoom in a little bit tighter for you. But again, just south of that area, you're going to have some road work beginning at 7 o'clock Sunday night, April 27th. 75 north and south will be reduced to one lane, both directions. Crews working on some bridge repairs in that area. But again, this will start Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Those lane closures will be in place around the clock through May 25th. So you're looking at about a month worth of lane closures just south of Caryville, north and southbound I-75. Again, this is around mile markers 132 and 133. So go ahead and watch for that starting up on Sunday. But again, those closures will be around until about the end of May, so about a month's worth there along 75 in Campbell County. Another project we're watching for you, this one's over in Greene County. This one involves I-81. This is north and south near mile markers 22, 31, and 43. What we've got pulled up here is this is the exit. This is the 11E exit. This is mile marker 23. So that first area we're going to be talking about just south of here, about a mile south of that interchange on I-81. But again, here's what's happening. You're going to have some temporary lane closures between 8 a.m. and 6:30 in the afternoon. Again, this will start up on Monday. And again, crews working on some sign maintenance activity. So they may be working on some of the overhead signage, some of the signage along the side of the roadway. But again, you could see some temporary lane closures at times beginning on Monday. And again, that's going to be at mile markers 22, 31, and 43 in Greene County on I-81. And that is going to be north and southbound. So both directions of traffic will be impacted there. All right, another spot that we are watching for you right now. This is going to be in Knox County. This is a project that we've been talking about off and on for the last several weeks, but it is continuing. This will start up actually tonight at 7 o'clock, and we'll run through 6 a.m. on Monday. And as always, this could be weather permitting for you, but this is I-640 eastbound, the ramp to I-75 north. It's already highlighted for you here in yellow. They're already seeing some delays in this area, but this is a spot they've been working on the concrete as far as this ramp is concerned. We've seen this for several weekends in a row now. Sometimes the weather cooperates, other times it does not. It'll be interesting to see how much they're able to get done this weekend, with half the weekend basically going to be a little on the wet side. But if all things go well, 7 o'clock tonight, April 25th, running through Monday morning at 6 a.m. Watch out for lane closures. Again, this is 640 eastbound, the ramp to 75 north. Matter of fact, let's pull up the TDOT SmartWay camera in this area, kind of give you a look here. That's where you get a better view. There you can see, already see a little bit of the backup. But what they'll do is you'll see some lane shifts through here as you're approaching that ramp. So when they start putting those barrels out, just be prepared for that. That will definitely slow traffic through the weekend if you're trying to get to 75 northbound. Again, that is if they're able to do it. It all depends on the weather. But right now, even without construction, there's always a delay because that ramp to 75 north goes down to just one lane, as a lot of you probably already know. So again, watch for that beginning tonight and running through the weekend. Another spot we're watching for you, this one is in Knox County. This one involves 11E State Route 34, both directions of Mascot Road, right there at 11E. So again, watch out for 11E in this area here near Mascot. Here's Mascot Road as it comes in, splinters off here. But this is where it meets up with 11E. We'll pull this out a little bit wider for you. This is in the Mascot area. But anyhow, this is going to start up on Monday. You need to watch out for some daily lane closures between 8:30 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. They got some roadway work activities. That's all TDOT's describing right now. But that's going to slow you down on 11E. Good thing is it'll be post morning rush and right before the afternoon rush. But as far as school traffic, or if you're just running errands during the day and you need to be somewhere by a certain time and you're taking 11E through Mascot, just keep that in mind. This is also Rutledge Pike, but also just kind of keep that in mind. You could see some delays associated because of this project. So that is definitely going to slow some people down. So just something to be aware of beginning on Monday. And then also we want to talk about, this one is in Sevier County, and this is 339. 339 runs really from about Sevierville all the way to Cosby. That's the 339 stretch here. It's kind of a lot of twists and turns, but between miles 6.8 and 12.2. So you're looking at about a 6-mile stretch of State Route 339 beginning on Monday and running through May 6th, which will be a Tuesday. Watch out for lane closures. These will be in the middle of the day, but they're going to go from 8 in the morning until 8 at night. So it's going to impact a lot of people. Crews are working on some drain tile replacements. But again, this is State Route 339 between Sevierville and Cosby beginning on Monday and then running through Tuesday, May 6th. So you're looking at about a week's worth of this. You're going to have some possible lane closures between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So definitely expect some delays. If you've got an alternate route, I would probably suggest that. But again, if this is the only option for you, just give yourself, pack in that extra time, just knowing that you could see some delays, that is for sure. So those are some of the things that are going to be going on around the area. There's other projects happening, but we just want to get you up to date on some that will be happening during the middle of the day that can really start to impact your afternoon travels or when you're running errands or what have you. So just want to have that in the back of your mind. And again, you can continue to take a look at this and kind of refresh yourself before you head out as far as some of these projects that are happening. All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at traffic right now. We've had some rain move through today. It's going to be like this through at least part of tomorrow, but it has slowed traffic in some areas, had some reports of some accidents. So we'll take a look at the TDOT cameras. We'll take a look at the TDOT maps as well, kind of find out how traffic's moving along and what's been kind of a soggy Friday. So stay with us. We'll be talking more about that in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the WATE 6 Near Side Newsroom. I'm Bo Williams. All right, we have kind of run you through some of the big events happening that could impact parking and traffic around the area this weekend. We've got several things going on. If we have some time, we'll jump back and revisit some of those before we let you go. Also, we took a look at some of the projects that have been coming up will be coming up this upcoming week, really starting tonight with the 640-75, just one of the examples, but also next week, several projects. We touched on some in Anderson, Knox, Sevier County. It'll be happening during the bulk of the day. That could slow you down when you're running errands, trying to go pick up the kids from school or what have you. So we've touched on those. What we want to do right now, though, is take a moment and find out what's happening right now out on the roadways. And we are taking a look at the TDOT SmartWays. And right now we are getting alert of an accident. We've got it for you here. We're going to zoom in. Looks like it's I-40 eastbound just past Kingston. We're going to pull up the information for you here. Right now, I-40 eastbound, Roane County. Multi-vehicle crash. This is a mile marker 358. Left shoulder currently blocked. Looks like the left lane also blocked at this time. So it's on that inside lanes. But again, this is impacting 40 East. No idea when they hope to have this one cleared up. Looks like it happened around 1:30 this afternoon, but they're still working on it. Still seeing a pretty significant backup, really. Let's see here. This is the crash is at mile marker 358. We'll take it back here to where they're talking about the congestion. That's at mile marker 353. So there you're looking at about 5 miles of just slow traffic. One option for you, if you're watching us right now, it could be to jump over onto 70. You're going to have a little bit of a delay there in Kingston, but you got the traffic lights and what have you. But you might be able to make some pretty good time and try to get around all of this, and you can hook back up with 40 a little further down, a little further to the east, if you want to try to avoid some of these backups. But if you're just trying to say get from Kingston, get over here to 326, you might want to take Highway 70, or if you're just trying to get to Knoxville, 70 may be your best option right now. Anyhow, not seeing a lot of congestion through there, nothing really highlighted for you except for maybe just a few spots. So good possibility for you there to get around some of the slowdown. So we'll continue to monitor that for you. We'll bring this back out wide. And we do want to take a look at some of the TDOT SmartWay cameras. I do want to touch on a couple of these other alerts. Heavy traffic for you, 40 East. This is Knox County. This is a mile marker 403. No lanes blocked, just slow traffic. So let's take a look. This is as you're approaching the 407 mile marker and beyond. So here's the camera in Sevier County for you, and this is at mile marker 407. Heavy traffic for you eastbound, heading out of town right now. Really starting to slow down. Heading back toward Knoxville, you're fine. But again, eastbound in Sevier County, very slow. Let's pick up the next camera, see if we get a better idea. Maybe it's got a shot of what's causing all of this, because you just can't think that people are just slowing down for the heck of it, but maybe they are. 40 eastbound here looks fine. So if you can get past 407 and get to about mile marker 408, another mile down the road, you're going to be okay. So if you know somebody caught in this, to say you got to get to mile marker 408, and things will be moving once again. Let's bring Waze in here for a second, see if it gives us any more information into possibly why we're seeing some slowdowns. They do have an alert here. car stopped on the road. Well, that would definitely cause some issues. But that says 40 westbound. So yes, we're pointing out on 40 west. What we're seeing is 40 eastbound. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. Right now, the cameras aren't picking anything up, but just know that there are delays right now on 40 eastbound, heading out of Knoxville, making your way through Kodak, past the Severe, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg exit there at mile marker 407. So heavy traffic for you there. We'll kind of watch that. We'll let you know if things start to move a little bit easier. We'll go downtown here for a second. We'll zoom in a little bit tighter. Let's take a look here. This is going to be I-40, not far from Alcoa Highway, 40 westbound right now, seeing some heavy traffic at mile marker. Looks like 387. So let's take this out for a second, and we're bringing the TDOT SmartWay cameras. We'll give you some live looks here at some of the slow traffic. Of course, we had rain come through this area. That is really going to impact traffic, but let's see here. Well, right now it looks okay. If there was heavy traffic, they haven't dropped the alert yet, but you can see right now east and westbound I-40 near downtown. This is the camera at 17th. Looks just fine. We'll take the camera over at Alcoa Highway, see if that changes. Keep in mind, these two cameras are pretty close, and look at that. From 17th to Alcoa Highway, traffic starts to pick up and starts to slow westbound. You can see the roads are trying to dry out after that rain. There was some pretty significant rain showers move through here. It looks like traffic's moving a little bit better. Let's take it out here to 40, out near the 640 interchange, and again, just some slow traffic. It's almost like these were pace cars leading the crew down to the green flag. But again, just some heavy traffic for you here. This is your approaching the 640 interchange on 40 West. Eastbound still looking okay. Roads looking to be in pretty good shape, but again, just some heavy traffic for you, so it is starting to slow. Let's shift out west here for a second. We showed you some of the delays eastbound. Let's take a look at westbound. This is out near Westtown Mall right now. This is I-40 both directions for you. Again, near West Hills, Westtown Mall area. Traffic there looks okay, even though it was highlighted. Moving along fine. They may have had some slowdowns there earlier. We'll get out here near the I-140 interchange on I-40, and westbound starts to slow again. This is one of those spots, and if you've been watching WATE, we had a story for you recently talking about how they ranked some of the most congested stretches of interstate in the country, and they ranked the top 100. This area you're seeing right here, I-40 at I-140, was ranked among the worst as far as congestion. And if you travel through Knoxville, if you live on the west side, if you try to go out to Turkey Creek, to Farragut, heading out toward Loudoun County even, this is one of those areas that is always going to see heavy traffic, even on the weekends. And we're not even talking a football weekend in Knoxville. And you can see here westbound traffic very slow. A lot of truck traffic coming through here. This is where 40, 75 become one. On the west side of town, and that just adds to the delays. So this is one spot. The other spot was actually near downtown. I think it was I-40 at I-275 was the other spot. So we can celebrate the fact that we have two areas that are considered some of the most congested in the country. But this is one of them, and it's living up to it, especially westbound right now, seeing that heavy traffic for you at this hour. So be careful through there. Just know you're going to have delays. Obviously, Kingston Pike, North Shore can always be a good option for you. Yarnell Road even can help you try to get around some of this. We'll go a little bit further out. This is out near the Knox-Loudoun County line. And this is a spot where we usually see some delays, but today, not a problem. Actually, looks like the sun may be trying to break through out there. Dry conditions for you. So this is right near Watt Road. Again, this is the Knox-Loudoun County line. Traffic there moving along just fine for you. If you're heading up toward Oak Ridge, heading through Solway, many times we'll see some delays up around Milton Hill Lake, those areas, but right now we're not seeing any problems. Everything looking good for you there. We'll continue into Anderson County. We are seeing some slowdowns up near the Turnpike and on South Illinois, but again, you got to factor in, you got a lot of businesses through there, you've got the schools, and then you also have a lot of traffic lights. So again, this is going to cause some issues. A little bit more as you get close to Oliver Springs, seeing some slowdowns there on 61, but no reports of any accidents right now, just some slow traffic at this hour there. Other spots north of town for you, we'll go into Halls, near the Halls Crossroads area, and again, here you can see this is a spot where we usually do see some backups, and especially on a Friday. But once you get up there near the high school and all the schools here in Halls, you start to see those delays up around 441, up around Halls Middle. You've got Emory Road, those areas, starting to see some delays there, and that will just continue, obviously, through the afternoon hours, especially as everyone starts to head home following work. But we'll go back wide here for just a second. Otherwise, not seeing too many issues. I want to try this camera again. We noticed this last time we talked. They've posted the camera near the Hartford area, TDOT has. This is right where we have you see the traffic go down to one lane. And again, it's not the clearest camera, but it kind of gives you an idea. If you're going to take I-40, which again, there you go, now it cleared up for us. So this is a really good view of what to expect on I-40 as you're heading into the mountains. If you're heading eastbound, so heading toward North Carolina, you can see where they've got the yellow divider now. Those were they've now taken those 2 lanes and turned them into 1 in each direction, and it's like that all the way through the mountains until you get well into North Carolina. So again, traffic is moving through there. I've talked to a few people. They say traffic moves pretty well. Could be slow at times, obviously truck traffic. Seems like more of the delays are coming back from North Carolina into Tennessee. But again, obviously that's where more of the work is being done as well, obviously on the roads. But it's pixelating a little bit, but again, this is really our first look. They fired this camera up, I think it was last week, out near the Hartford area. So again, you can see here that traffic is moving and single file through there, but it's not stop and go. So again, kind of keep that in mind. We'll take this camera out for just a second and we'll bring this back up here. We'll widen this up and kind of give you an idea here again through the mountains. And again, it looks like more coming from North Carolina into Tennessee where we're seeing some of those delays at this moment. So, but just something to think about if you're traveling through there. Other options still there for you, but it's just nice to see. We'll bring this up one more time. That camera is one of the newer cameras TDOT has turned on for us. This one right there, I-40, where it goes down to 1 lane both directions. So it's good to see that. Traffic is moving as you're going into the mountains. But again, this is really one of the first times we're getting one of the views here of where they've been doing some of that work. Of course, this area hit hard by Helene, so it's just nice to see traffic able to move through there on I-40. All right, checking our timer here for just a moment. Seems like we still have a little bit of time left, so we'll go back wide here for just a moment. No other issues really to report at this hour, just that one. It looks like they've dropped the accident post. We had a multi-vehicle accident on I-40 eastbound just to the east of Kingston. So that has now been lifted. Hopefully that means everything has been cleared out of the roadway. It was blocking the left shoulder and the left lane. Traffic right now appears to be moving along just fine, or I should say fine. It's still slow. It's going to take some time to get everybody back up to speed, but hopefully they're going to be well on their way to getting everybody moving once again. So 70 still an option for you, but otherwise still watching at those delays there. Hey, real quick before we let you go, let's go back over some of the big projects coming up. In case you missed it, at the beginning here, some of the events, I should say, that are going on. You got Dogwood Arts, the festival coming up. It's going to be featuring K-pop steel bands, Appalachian clogging, you name it. It's going to be out there. Artisans from really just not locally, but all over the Southeast and the country. We were talking with one of the representatives from Dogwood Arts just the other day, and they were telling us this thing continues to grow, word of mouth, more and more people coming in from around the country to take part in this event. It's also a great chance to get down there, talk with some of them. If you are into different types of art, you can talk to some of these experts, if you will, and they can give you some advice and help you out with some of your hobbies. But anyhow, this is going to go on this weekend. It starts today. It's running through Saturday and Sunday. And so, again, down around World's Fair Park is where this is happening. So watch out. There'll be a lot more traffic, a lot more foot traffic in that area, but also the parking garages. Keep that in mind. And you factor that in with the fact that when Knox has got its home opener on Saturday, that's just going to add as well to the traffic downtown for Saturday. And they're going to be closing off that section of Central in the Old City. They did this before the season started, kind of had a kickoff party, if you will. They're going to be doing this again tomorrow. I want to say the closures are from 9 to 9. The actual event starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, runs till about 6:30. Kickoff at Covenant Health Park is at 7 o'clock. But there'll be a lot of people. Again, a lot of foot traffic, people walking in that direction, and then obviously a lot of traffic for parking as well, as you're going to have to contend with that too. So that's going to be on Saturday. So just be patient downtown Saturday if you're going to be heading down there, whether it's for the game or for the Dogwood Arts Festival. There will be a lot going on, plus just your normal people heading downtown on Saturdays. And then just a reminder for you, Blount County, you've got the traffic plan that was released. Thousands expected at Rock the Country Festival in Greenback. This is a small town that's going to grow. Right now, planners anticipating 12 to 15,000 attendees each day for this event. So again, expect some delays. It's happening out at Maple Lane Farms. That's 1126 Maple Lane. It's actually been underway, but it continues through Sunday. So if you haven't headed down yet, maybe because of work and you're planning to go to Greenback to check out some of the music, Again, just know that this is going to be going on this weekend. Just know it's going to be some delays. So everything wraps up. The festival events on Friday. Today we'll wrap up about 11 o'clock tonight. Nickelback will be there tonight. Kid Rock will be closing out the event Saturday. That should wrap up about 11:20 p.m. So this is an all-day thing. There'll be plenty of traffic there in Greenback. If you live in that area, obviously you've already been given the heads up, but just know it will be slow going. But you can go to our website, and we've also got the map for you here. Here's another look at it. We'll take it for you here. Well, where'd it go? There it is. Let me pull this back up for you. Realize you've been looking at me the entire time. There you go. There's the map for you of that area, but we've also got it for you here. You can study it a little bit closer on the website. Just look for the story, traffic plan released with thousands expected at the Country Festival there in Greenback. So we've got you covered there. Real quick, we'll go back, take a look at the T-dots. Before we let you go, we're about a minute away here from having to wrap up. But this is how things are shaping up. Again, they've dropped the alert. I-40 eastbound in Roane County, just east of Kingston. Still seeing some delays there. That's what you're seeing over here on the left side of your screen. Still seeing some delays out in West Knoxville. Nothing out of the ordinary there, especially around I-140. And then as we go in tight, you can see there are some delays, say between Alcoa Highway and 640 on 40 westbound. So keep your eyes peeled there if this is going to be in your future. But otherwise, right now, despite the rain that we had come through, traffic seems to be moving. We were still seeing some slow traffic for you on the east side of town out in Sevier County. So again, just be careful there as cars and traffic, just seeing some heavy traffic near that mile marker 407. All right, that's going to wrap things up for us. As always, you can always shoot us an email. You can always call TDOT as well. Have yourself a great weekend, everyone.